This Facebook Live is all about a letter that shockingly left me speechless, absolutely speechless. I had no idea what to say. One of the cool things about the doing the business, and especially with the huge uptick of orders of all these people that have never heard of Crokinole before, who've recently learned about it. That's where a lot of our boards are going to right these last few months, has been people that are brand new to the game, that getting emails or sometimes phone calls, or even better, meeting people in person, where people are sharing their experience and how much fun it has brought to them and their friends, their family, and that's really cool. But here, probably at least 2 weeks ago, maybe longer, like this live is long overdue, or at least some sort of a response, because I got a letter in the mail, which in today's day and age, even getting a letter in the mail rather than an email or a text is unique right then and there. But I knew right away that this letter was even more unique, because it came with a wax seal on it. So I kind of had to work to open it up a little bit, and it had my curiosity piqued right away. And although this may be a little bit painful to watch me read some of this, but this is what the letter had within it, and you'll maybe see in a minute why this letter left me speechless. Dear Mr. Jeremy Tracey, it has been brought to my attention that you are the responsible party in the creation of the product we will here to discuss. I'm like, what's up? Am I being sued? Right? I esteem that it is of the utmost importance that I write you in regards to the opulence and elation I have experienced since acquiring this item, so exquisitely produced, known to the populace as a Crokinole board, bearing your family's namesake. But first, afore I divulge my speculation and full judgment upon thy aforesaid product, let me clarify my intention for this ink-to-paper articulation. Nay, I look for no notoriety nor mention upon the electronic networks of today, but you may partake in it if it pleases you. It is my indignation that your business is not known without exception in America. Perhaps if the citizenry of our republic divulged greater judgmental notions upon products of parchment for the general masses, such that I do now, we would not be in this predicament. But alas, I digress. Upon receiving word of shipment, I hastily amassed my vessel and disclosed its contents. I was beholden to an impeccably bulbous and consummately elegant commodity that lay sanguinely in front of me. 'Twas a spectacle to behold with mere mortal eyes. If you're just tuning in, I am reading a letter. This is not me talking about my board. 'Twas a spectacle to behold with mere mortal eyes. The lustrously polished and exhaustive state of affairs the parcel arrived was astounding. Copious self-restraint was vital to resist my appetite and compulsion to disport solely for exhaustive amounts of time. This activity of Crokinole is boisterous yet cunning, convivial yet aggressive, and has supplied my acquaintances with a multitude of delighted evenings spent jubilantly lauding and proclaiming superiority, while also heatedly conveying their misfortunes and justifications. Never in my years has an activity constituted such amusement. 'Tis unfounded to me why this dexterous enterprise has eluded so many. I have concluded that thou hast purposefully withheld word and inadequately represented exaltation this device bears on society. I hereby proclaim that the Tracey Tor Crokinole board is the greatest illustration of craftsmanship and transcendence, and has evolved from the abject flaws of presumably the totality of games heretofore. I henceforth declare Crokinole and relatedly so the Tracey tour board the utmost pragmatic and proper way to consume an evening of delightful indulgence. I favor absolving this letter's recipients, Mr. Jeremy Tracey, of past crimes related to the inordinate secrecy of his craft, and put forth a motion to declare his company, Crokinole Game Boards, the superlative manufacturer of disport and the most illustrious producer of the aforementioned product. These statements shall conclude my writing. With utmost sincerity, respect, and admiration, Cameron, I'll leave his last name out for privacy, an exuberant customer of the most prodigious Crokinole boards. So if you caught all that, maybe you can tell me what some of those words mean. I actually know most of them. I had to dig out the dictionary. But that arrived, and I don't know how much entertainment the Crokinole board has given him, but I'll tell you, this letter has given our family some entertainment. I shared it with my wife and the kids, of course. Then my parents came to visit. I'm like, hey, check this out. And it's funny because he followed it up by emailing it to me a little while ago. And with as busy as we are, I hate it, but I fall behind on my emails. So I have all these starred emails, and every time that I get a few minutes to sit down in front of my computer, that's one of the starred emails that's there. And I'm just like, man, I got to respond to this guy. Like, he poured his heart and soul. Like, how much time and energy did you put into this? Like, it's so cool that he did this. And it absolutely reinforces my belief that I've seen over and over and over again, that Crokinole really does attract the nicest people and the most unique people you're going to find. Like, I mean, obviously a pretty cool guy and interesting and unique, and to put the time and effort into this. So I sit down and I want to write a response, and I'm like, how do you respond to that? Because, like, to match this level of creativity, it's an investment of time. So, like, I don't know, like, I joke with my wife, like, what do I go? Like, just respond and say, hey, dude, thanks for the cool letter, right? And it kind of makes me think of that, you know, the movie scene where you watch and the two people are falling in love, and finally one of the characters says, I love you, and the other character says, and I think you're great, right? Like, no response that I could come up with really felt like it would do this justice. So I guess, Mr. Cameron, this is my way of responding and saying a very sincere thank you for the time and energy that you put into this. And I've really enjoyed reading it. I've read it multiple times. I read it a few times getting ready to do this live so I could maybe look not quite so silly tripping over the words. But that there, folks, is the yeah, that's the letter that left me speechless. So I'm going to take this video, pop it up on YouTube. I'm going to send it off, and if I'm pretty sure by the way it reads, he's okay with me taking this and posting his letter direct, but I do want to confirm that he's okay with that. And if he does, I'll get it up on the website. I'll get it up on Facebook, and it can be up there for your reading enjoyment as well. So for now, make it a fantastic Wednesday night, and I got a Crokinole board over there that's been a little bit neglected, so I think I'm going to spend some quality time. We will see you in the future.